Welcome back.
I'm glad she said that because I don't know what I was going to say.
No idea.
So we've been away for a couple of days. Been a bit tired, in all honesty, because we're working at other things and life. I don't know if anyone's feeling it, but is it the moon? Is it all the planet known people, beings? Tired, man. Feel tired. Anywho, what did I say? Greetings in the mighty name of...
Oh, bye.
So today, also thinking about, see the tiredness. Come on, we are caught.
Who's your baby daddy?
Who's your baby daddy?
You don't get with your baby mothers. You got six baby mothers to pick from, to choose from. Why won't you pick one of them? If I choose one, the other one's gonna get mad.
I hate you so much right now for saying that.
No, she ain't up the duff. She better not be. No, she's not up the duff, and neither am I.
Tripping.
So it's a topic because there's just a lot of madness going in. What
I
happened
don't know what y'all on.
What happened with Toby? May you have reached a place of paradise. Also, J. Cole, Andre 3000, tune, levels. Glad to see you back, Andre. You alright? Glad, great. So yeah, Toby, what happened to Toby?
Just heartbreaking. Everyone is just so devastated.
This trio was very close to 27-year-old Christian Obumseli and his girlfriend, who they've identified as 25-year-old Courtney Clenny, an OnlyFans model and Instagram influencer. So when police reported that Obumseli was fatally stabbed by Clenny on Sunday inside their Miami apartment, the friends were left speechless. They portray a very violent relationship at the hands of only one person.
I've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her.
Officers say there was a struggle before Obumseli was stabbed in the shoulder. He died at the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out what happened and if Clenny acted in self-defense.
From what we've personally experienced between the both of them, we believe that Christian wouldn't put her in a position where she would need to stab him to protect herself.
What's my girl's name that did it?
Clenny or something. That's her surname.
Clenny said, white girl tears, activate. And they gave her some, you poor thing. With all this blood down her chest. Just rest, just relax. And then let her go. Now, if that was anyone that looked like me or Eden with a white man. Yes, and I'm one of them bounties. I'm a bounty and a coon. And I want the white man to love me. I did want him to love me, and he is white, so maybe they're right. No. And but I have a very blick one husband as well. Not at the same time. But I'm impartial because I know history, and this is my disclaimer. Most people, in fact, the majority of people don't understand whether they're white, black, or other, that they are under the white man's ideology. Yeah. Even your pro-black ones, you're under white ideology. The one shouting, we're all out of Africa! I showed you we're not. Not involved. We're not all out of Africa. We're from England and we are from America. And also, because of history, because everything that we believe as individuals that have been separated from each other. And the thing is, our narrative is going to be a bit different because our experience in the UK is we go to school with blacks, whites, Indians, Africans, Chinese, Pakistani, Japanese, and some of us Filipinos, innit? Yeah. We live in the same neighborhoods, we go in each other's houses, we go to the same schools, man and man will fight feds together.
Exactly.
So we know, if we have a American audience or a Japanese audience or a Chinese audience, maybe you're quite segregated, but when you put into the same pot, you can see things more clearly, and as I said in our video where I spoke about Nick Nog's Coons and the Righteous, I think it's that one. It was an hour-long special, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I spoke of my experience where to a certain point, I hated white people because of my experience growing up, and I went through like serious racism at school. And so to end up with one of my children's fathers being white was like, And within 1 second of saying to someone who liked me, yeah, I'm with him, you know, but you're a sister. Within 1 second, I suddenly went from being a righteous sister to suddenly being not black anymore. My black card was revoked instantaneously, even though they knew my mindset. And so what we're trying to say is not everybody, like, come on. All right, so historically, we're going to touch on some things today about why we all think the way we think. I've said a million times, we're all a pawn in a game. And yeah, we're going to come with nuances and things that are related to, it's a black thing. Like my daughter said to her dad, why do white people love jumping in rivers and it's cold? That's a white thing.
Cold water.
You know, Dad, come, Mum doesn't know the answer. You know, we can say all these, you know, things which are true, but you have to understand that we've been given an ideology, we've been put into groups, and we've been told certain things. Yeah. And some people really believe they're superior because that's what they've been told. But if you listen to someone like Jane Elliott, that's her name, isn't it?
Jane Elliott.
Yeah, Jane Elliott, she's very, very clued up on the fact that it's a bag of nonsense.
Want to make yourself more upset by looking at me?
Yes.
Right. Does that take a lot of time, a lot of energy?
Yes.
Yes. Is that hard for you?
Yes.
Could you develop an ulcer over this?
No.
If you had to do it every day, what would happen to your blood pressure?
It would rise.
Yeah. If somebody stood over you and you knew it was going to happen every day? Or you expected it to happen every day? Or it happened when you didn't expect it to? Or it happened to your kids every day? After it happened to your mother every day?
What people don't understand is, and you won't like it, but there were black masters, you know, and white slaves. They were the first slaves. Yeah, there were. And in the next half of the video, we'll talk about that. You know, there were coloureds who sold coloureds to coloureds. Yeah, there were. Go type it in, have a look. So a lot of the things that you think are the truth is because you've been fed ideology in your education system, and these people have sworn to tell you the lie. So from you coming up to the day you die, you're being lied to. And you know what? I want to big up so many people of different colours and creeds, if you want to call them, that are finding the truth and saying, listen, we need to self-educate. I'm actually really proud, you know, of people that are not stuck in this narrative. And I'm seeing a lot of people that are, because it has their place, exposing, okay, there was that white guy that's got his hair in.
That's shit. Look at this, 1 in a million, fresh million shirt, got the twister. Show him the back, show him the back, show him the side. Little shits was hating on me on my way out, little shit.
Some people have called it Chiny bumps, but it's Bantu nuts. And you know what? The Chiny bump thing, I used to think, well, why did these brothers have Chiny bumps when I didn't fully understand? I just always questioned that. Something about that doesn't make sense. And we now know, you know, that a lot of these Chinese people, where they come from, don't we? Because we told you in our last Kung Fu ones. A lot of things being hijacked, long story short. And not everybody, remember there's the Ottoman slavery as well. This disclaimer is a bit long, but there's the Ottoman slavery. So not only white privilege, there's Ottoman slavery privilege. Yeah, I'm coining that phrase. Yeah. And Turks and blacks went and got people from Iceland, white people, and dragged them about in the ships too. Yeah, they did. You've got to see the full picture. Everything that we do is based on an ideology we've been given and whoever's in power now. And unfortunately, the white man gets the big brunt of the stick, deservedly or not. And so everybody who's white gets marked with the stick. But even when you go back in history, there are even white people that set up homes for black people to hide out in America. Mm-hmm. And that place was called Africa. And that's why sometimes they call you African Americans too. There's so many levels to this thing. You know what I mean? And Africa, for anybody says, talking about, does it make sense? Okay. So, I think we'll start with Toby. We don't know lots about it, but from the sounds of it, somebody is enjoying her best life.
She went back to the check. She
Go on.
said, all right, emmed off the black man. You know, the black guy always has to go in the movies. But this is real life.
Yeah,
So,
it's not funny. So and that's another thing. If I laugh, it's not because I find it funny. Sometimes it's just like,
what can you
what
really
can
say?
you do? Go on.
So she decides to stab her boyfriend.
This is in real life.
This is real life. I think, is it Catherine Clenny?
Something like
I'm
that.
not sure. But her surname is Clenny. But basically, she decides to stab her boyfriend in the shoulder, I think.
This is recently,
This is
isn't it?
recently. And then there's an account from the neighbour saying, oh yeah, a week before, you know, I could see a clear view into their apartment. He had open hand or closed hand and was hitting her. And so
I feel like that guy was lying because the way he was breathing heavy.
Exactly, it sounds
typical white. We got to defend the white girl. Don't have nothing to do with nothing.
And what's bad though, even her own friends, it's not even like they're denying the fact that, like, oh, they're not even saying she would never do that. They're saying, well, I've seen her hit him previously before.
And he's never hit her.
He's never hit her. And, well, from her actions, it looks like she didn't really care because she went straight onto OnlyFans and was posting content after she just killed him. And this is a similar situation to, like, Amber Heard as well, because she's doing a lot of crying on the stand. And then people are catching her out with evidence.
By the third fake evidence, we're already tired of Amber's lies. She said she used makeup to cover up all the bruises Johnny gave her since he's an abuser.
And then she had a photographer come into the court and she's fake crying, puts a tissue up and pauses.
Yeah.
So that
and
the photographer... so that the photographer can catch her, like, trying to be coy or upset. So everyone's noticing that she's posing, and I feel like a lot of white girls, when they start crying, they're weaponizing their tears to
doing that for a long
make
time.
it seem like, oh, I'm such a victim, when really they've caused the issue. And now they're trying to back out of their lives.
Oh, they do a lot of that projecting.
Innocent.
We know, and from experience, you know, I had an altercation just veering off the topic, and you might think, oh, why are you not talking about the men? We are, because I feel like the reason why we say here's your baby daddy is because the men normally get the blame, don't they? And in this conversation, you're going to see why the whole thing is interlinked. But I went to a shop the other day, one of our locals, and there's a choppy man in the shop. Anyway, Eden had bought something about half an hour or so earlier. The man loved to change up the prices. Now, you Indian brothers in our shops in England, you know it's true. Do you remember when lockdown happened?
Depending on how you're dressing as well, they'll be like,
remember when lockdown happened and my man was sending his antibacterial hand wash for £19 something? Right, so anybody don't bother start go 50
they'd be thinking that
£2 when it's only 50 pence. Don't try it. So went in the shop and I'm a very cool and calm collected person, unless you really, it takes a lot to rag me. And she'd already told me, Mum, watch the price. I said, all right. So I'm walking around the shop, put the thing down. The youngest goes to the till to pay for it. I come back with some things. I said, how much is the thing? Oh, eyes got straight up in the sky. I said, brother.
He's crafty.
Anyway, the long and short of it is he tried to project. And the first thing he did was, I had to tell him, he's a big woman, you know, stop your foolishness and just stop changing the price. So he did that whole projection thing. The black woman's angry and shouting, which I wasn't. I was speaking at this range. Two white women were like, oh, is he trying to rob you? I said, yeah, carry on. Then when they left, a white man coming in, he's, start shouting at the white man about the situation. I said, first of all, you're like a moron. Second of all, don't talk to the white man. I'm right here. You tried to rob me. Stop robbing me and stop being a thief and put the things through the till.
No, but bear in mind, I blazed him before you went into the shop, so I don't understand.
He likes getting blazed, man.
For the same...
He packed my bag very nicely. I said, you silly man, and I came out the shop. So the point we're trying to make is that we already said what it is we've come to do. We've come to check prejudices, stereotypes, social norms, racism, all of it.
But also, everyone gets smoked.
Everybody gets smoked. Everyone. I don't care what colour you are, complexion, creed, whatever you want to call yourself. You think you're superior or not. Men not have inferiority complex, so you forget. Blaze out. Everybody will get the smoke. Okay? Right. And I can take it because I've had it all my life. So be my guest in the comments. So, yeah. So apparently when this girl went to the hospital, say your name again, Catherine or Claire Kenny or something?
Clenny, yeah, probably Claire Clenny.
When she went to the hospital, she started a white woman tears, which my
Crying
daughter
aside
likes
then.
to do. She's mixed. And when she does it, I just tell her,
Let's not.
just listen, babes. Nobody start that means a black woman. You understand? But she went there with the white woman tears. I'm just saying. Remember, she stabbed and killed somebody. A t-shirt apparently is full of blood. She says, "I want to kill myself." Goes into a to-do. Oh, you're having a to-do. Lie down, babes. Let's put the mask on your face. You okay? That's what she gets, and she goes home.
Back to OnlyFans.
Back to her OnlyFans. What was she doing? The next day?
Checking Yash.
Let me tell you something. As an ancient woman, I say black because you know the term, but as an ancient woman, me I tell you no. If that was me and my child's father, I would have to put on a belly, quick and smart, and go into hiding because I know that I'm going down. I've been nicked one time. This girl got to go home and shake Nash. So
not even charged.
Not even charged.
Questioned.
Questioned.
Not arrested.
Not arrested. Questioned. Now, you might think, well, why did we start with that? Because the normal reaction is, like my man, the neighbour, that could see all hyped up and breathing.
What? Why are you dancing?
You ain't got nothing to do with... You've got nothing to do with nothing. You don't even know them. Her own friends are saying that he's not that type of guy.
You're a perv to even be looking in their apartment about Clearview.
Right, well, we know why he's looking, don't we? Because, you know, the black man's got one of her. And this is the thing. This picture is painted like... And don't even get me wrong for a second, because I will be ragging the man in a minute. But people have this idea that he's big and black. He's a black beast, you know. And so we're aggressive and all those things. And it's not necessarily true. Yes, it can be. It's not necessarily true. But the problem is that we are all under the
delusion.
You know, we're given stories about each other, and we stand by that. And in this case, it seems like the perpetrator is actually the one in the wrong. I mean, I'm sure they'll try and come up with a story, but the point is she got to go home. She got to go home. So...
But you know what? The fact that she even went to OnlyFans is like she's trying to devise a plan to not, like, if people aren't going to back her because they found out that she stabbed my man, yeah, she's got to have some money behind her to, like, bail herself out.
Yeah, but you don't go on OnlyFans or Instagram and start shaking Nash again. That doesn't even make sense.
But she's trying to make it... it's a bit weird, isn't it? Because she's trying to make it seem like, I just have to get on with life. But...
No, the day after.
I know the day after's a bit
You
mad,
had white girl tears and needed a mask and everything the day before. Plus, your boyfriend's dead. So why would you go on social media and start grinding out your batty?
But you know what? It does prove the point that she's insane.
Well, yeah, I guess it does. And we see, like, you just mentioned my girl in the courts with the tears.
And you know what? People were diagnosing her with 2 personality disorders.
Which one?
I think...
which girl?
Amber Heard. They said borderline personality disorder, and there was another one, but I can't remember it.
So we're here, you see, we're here. We're always blaming the men. And don't worry, I've got lots of stories where I can blame a man. For real. But it's to do with the psychology, in my perspective.
Want to make yourself more upset by looking at me?
Yes.
Right. Does that take a lot of time, a lot of energy?
Yes.
Yes. Is that hard for you?
Yes.
Could you develop an ulcer over this?
No.
If you had to do it every day, what would happen to your blood pressure?
It would rise.
Yeah. If somebody stood over you and you knew it was going to happen every day? Or you expected it to happen every day? Or it happened when you didn't expect it to? Or it happened to your kids every day? After it happened to your mother every day? Now, getting right along. Your hand is still up. You still didn't learn anything, did you? Didn't I just say when your hand is up, you are thinking of what you're going to say instead of what's being said? Didn't I just say that?
Yes, you did.
And did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
And did you decide that you were just going to do it your way?
I was.
Wait a minute, you're on a roll
yes,
there for
I
a minute.
did.
Thank you very
yes,
much.
Yes, I did.
Now, since you choose to not listen to others, what do you suppose we're going to do where you're concerned?
Well, listen to me.
Thank you very much.